Hello guys, welcome back to some Battlefield 4 beta footage. Yes, and I know I said I might actually not be able to get any of this out, but as it turned out there was an update when the Obliteration game mode came out that allowed me to play and record some Battlefield 4 beta gameplay. However, I will say now, the video does drop down in sections to about 13 frames per second, but for me playing, the minimum went was about 25 frames per second minimum with a maximum of 60 frames per second. This is on medium to low settings, just to let you know. So, as you know in my last video, I think I stated what my PC specs were. So, my PC should be able to run this on high according to the game engine. But now I'm actually able to record some footage. I can bring you some coverage of the Battlefield 4 beta. Now, this game of Conquest Large on the Siege of Shanghai will be split down into two videos because it did take like half an hour to actually manage to play the game. So I'll split them down into two 10-minute videos, maybe, something like that. And I do excuse the voice in this section because I was actually on, I think, Razer comms with a friend of mine. So ignore that section because I can't actually remove that section without removing the game sounds for that section as well. But I've been thoroughly enjoying the beta. But the only thing I haven't been enjoying is, well, I'm not the best at sniping in the beta. But I was decent in the Battlefield 3 standard game mode. But I've noticed a lot when you try to shoot someone, sometimes the vapor trail goes straight through them. So I'm not sure if the hit registration is fully working in the beta. But I can now at least bring you some gameplay. So hopefully this may be able to get some more exposure from my channel. The fact I will bring you a... the format I'm going to do this in, I'm going to bring you one game of the Conquest large mode, which is going to split into two videos. Then I'm going to bring you one domination game mode, one standard Conquest, and then finally one domination mode. And that will be, once all that's done, I'll bring out one more video on my final opinions on the Battlefield 4 beta. And I'll also bring you a first impressions video. Maybe, I'm not sure if I should do that anymore because I have been playing for like 7 hours. So I think I've got 7-8 hours, maybe even 10 hours now. So I think I've got a good opinion on how this beta plays. I've played on the helicopters, I've played on the tanks, I've played in the AA, I've done sniping. The only class I haven't played much as is support. So that's the only class I haven't actually played yet, but I've unlocked the AK-5C. So what I may do now is play some support with the AK-5C. But for now, I am thoroughly enjoying the beta. I've got a basic emblem on my guns. It's nothing special, really. It's just something I threw together in like a few seconds in the emblem editor. So I'm thoroughly enjoying the beta. I will bring you one video on all the game modes there is. I'm not sure if I should do Conquest, the small Conquest one, because I think that's, instead of got attack helicopters, got little birds and scout helis. So I may just skip the standard Conquest out where it's only got 3 flags. So I may do Conquest Large, Domination, and Obliteration. So then I have that'll be 4 videos that will be out because obviously this one's gonna be split down to 2. Then the other one will be one video. And I'm not sure if I'm going to commentate over all of those, but we'll see. Once I've got all that footage up on my channel, I will then bring you my overall opinion on the beta, and hopefully maybe something else as well. But as you can see, the helis are stupidly powerful now. I think they're pretty powerful in Battlefield 3, but everything sounds so much more awesome in Battlefield 4. I don't think they changed the sound engine, but they've definitely done some upgrades with the game engine. I mean, I think the textures in this game are actually 4K textures in some parts of it. And this gameplay is all on the lowest settings. So I'll let you decide what do you think the quality of the video is, but the video is still in 1280 by 720 at 30 frames per second most of the time in the video. As I did say, that it does drop down to a few less frames, like this section here, and there'll be a little bit further on where the frame rate drops down a bit lower than I was hoping it would. But for me, the only time I ever lagged really was when I'm looking at the looking at the skyscraper coming down with explosions and all sorts of other stuff flying about. But it goes down to about 25 frames per second when the skyscraper collapses, which is still playable because it's above that 23 frames per second mark, which I believe is what we depict as anything below 23 frames per second. It's a series of photos. Anything above that is just a movie or a video, if you like. I think it's about then. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. That is just what I think. So, I've been playing so much Engineer now. I mean, but in Battlefield 3, My most played class was most definitely the Assault class. If you check my battle log for Battlefield 3, you will see the Assault class is my most played class. If you check for my stats of Battlefield 4 Beta, you'll see that my Engineer is probably the most played class I have, followed by Assault, then Recon, I believe. I might have played more Recon than I have played Assault. But I've only just unlocked the defibs for Assault, so I can now be a useful medic if I can actually revive people in time. This is a little glitch I do find annoying, and I just hit my microphone. Sorry about that, because I'm actually pointing at the screen because I don't know why. But as I said, the lifts, sometimes the doors don't actually look like they're open. This has gotten me killed a few times as well, which is annoying. And in the spawn menu you can see those elevators or lifts. If you're from the UK, it's lift. If you're from the US, it should be elevator. I think. And those little lifts at the back, down the bottom of the skyscraper, directly below that, is a little doorway which will lead you into 2 elevators that take you to the very top of the roof if you didn't already know. I think in one of the other videos you might see me use that. It's a very good way to cap C, but if you have the upper roofs, it's extremely difficult for the people below to hold off C. So currently I'm playing the class Engineer with the MX4 PDW, which I can say it's a decent weapon. It's got some range on it, but it's not the best for range. But as soon as you get the AK-5C, man, the Engineer becomes so... In fact, I think any class really with the AK-5C becomes so much more powerful, because it's got a good rate of fire, it's got an amazingly fast reload time. And again, the reload times in this game seem to be pretty fast for most of the weapons anyway. Especially if you interrupt your reload. So you'll see me do it in a few minutes actually with the RPG. Where I fire an RPG, I begin the reload, but I switched back to my primary. And then when I switch back to my RPG, it just continues where it left off in the reload. There you go. So as you can see, I put the RPG in most of the time. The first time I did it, it went mostly in. No pun intended. And then when I switched back to my RPG afterwards, it finished the reload of the RPG. I really love this feature. I wanted it in Battlefield 3. It's one of the things I wanted to see in Battlefield 4. Another thing when Battlefield 4 was announced with this map, I said I wanted to see the destructibility levels go skyrocketing. I wanted to be able to level a skyscraper. And it turns out we can level the skyscraper. Admittedly, it's ridiculously easy to do so. So I would prefer if they managed to, I don't know, put one of the pillars inside, or add one where you'd need to have a whole squad attacking the skyscraper to actually take it down. Because as you can see here, 2 out of the 4 pillars, and I'm about to make it 3 out of 4. There you go, 3 out of the 4 pillars are already gone. So it doesn't take too much to take the thing down. I mean, the map plays really well when it's up, and the enemy team, if they control that, they can parachute onto any building surrounding it, giving them even more points to snipe you from and kill you from. So I always find it, if you can't cap C, if they've got a really strong defense and you can't cap C, the best thing to do is to get rid of the skyscraper and deny your enemy that advantage over you. But if you can cap it, it is better for you to keep it. I would always say that have maybe 5 guys at the top, 5 guys at the bottom defending those 4 pillars. Because if they go, the skyscraper comes tumbling down. So it's definitely a very good idea to try and defend the 4 pillars at the bottom as much as you possibly can. Otherwise, that skyscraper comes down, it is almost impossible to snipe people through the dust. And the C flag becomes a cluster of people just hiding in the rubble, so waiting for people to walk away so they can cap C again. I know afterwards you do get the attack boats, but the map plays, I think, doesn't play as good without the skyscraper, as I trade with this guy right here. But he's using the ACWR. I haven't yet unlocked that. I think I'm about to hit rank 5 in the beta at the moment, so I think I'm rank 3, almost rank 4. So I've got a little bit to go before I max out the level. But I've only got, as the day I'm actually making this commentary, I've got 3 days left on the beta. So I probably won't hit the max level, but that doesn't really bother me. I just wanted to get enough game time and gameplay to make some videos on. I was going to make more videos, so what I might do, I might just record every time I'm in the game, and I may just commentate over the first few seconds and let the in-game comms take over. Anyway, about now is when we've capped C back, the enemy can't take it from us, so they take out the actual skyscraper. I take out this guy, then I realise the skyscraper's falling, so I have to parachute out of it. But anyway, this part of the gameplay is coming to an end, so please comment, rate, subscribe. If you like Battlefield 4, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.